So, hello everyone. This is Sean Venable and Dwayne Venable from DSV Legacy Estates. We're really excited to be with you today. I shared in a previous video that we wanted to interview and expose you to some of the most elite and awesome people that we've met across our path on our journey of real estate. So, we have the pleasure of introducing Miss Tammy West today and sharing. She's going to share a few nuggets with us about her particular journey, her niche, what excites her, and then also ways that you can get in contact with her if you're interested in her services. So, Tammy, hello, hello, hello. How are
Hi,
you?
Tammy.
Hi, my two favorites.
I
How are you
love
doing
it.
today?
Doing
Great.
well. You look beautiful today.
Oh, well, thank you. So do you guys, a beautiful couple. I'm happy
Thank
to be up tonight with you guys.
you. Hear it. Tammy, you have
Yeah.
been an inspiration to us along our journey. We recently got started and we were
Mhm.
not quite sure where to start, what to do, how to get involved with real estate investment. And you have been a wealth and abundance of knowledge. You've been
Mhm.
so patient with us. I remember when we first came in, you're like, oh yeah, you're really new. But
Y'all
you
were
were,
motivated.
yeah, but very, very motivated. And you just have been a blessing.
All
Absolutely.
right.
So
Yes. Thank you.
I'm going to ask you a few questions tonight, just to pick your brain, right? If
All right.
I
That's fine.
if I were to ask you who you are, what you do, and how you add value in terms of real estate, what would you tell us about the amazing Tammy West?
Oh, wow. Well, I guess I'll start with the real facts. My name's Tamisha, Tamisha West, but everybody, friends, family have always called me Tammy. Um, I grew up in Eastern North Carolina, New Bern, North Carolina, raised in a Christian home by my grandparents, and basically had a great childhood. But I did face a lot of setbacks and hardships as a kid, starting at the age of 5. I had a lot of health issues, a lot of genetic, heart issues. So at a young age, I learned to appreciate life and, take each day for, what it is and enjoy it and embrace it. Um, Thank God I made it this far. I ran across some other health issues along the road, such as breast cancer. But in all that, God, He had me the whole time. I was blessed enough to, graduate from East Carolina University, as well as, finish and go get my master's degree in social work and, giving back to the community, working in the community, which is what I love to do. But I've always had that yearning for real estate that I couldn't shake. And it was like I would run across people that were doing it. You talk to them about, but you couldn't really get too much information. It's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I did real estate. They may be retired or successful, but no one's like, hey, I'm gonna show you how to do it. You want to do it? They'll see you interested. They'll talk to you about it all day, but they don't tell you where to get started. A lot of times they got started with either like somebody left them some money, or they may have had excellent credit, or they had a great job. Like a lot of times those are the things we don't in the African American community, or just as a woman in general, not married, you don't start off with those things. So I think that I know I can add value in that aspect. My niche is creative financing, which we probably talk about the little property we came across. Creative financing and just finding a lot of cool deals that no one else knows about, So those are the best ways to tackle real estate. But right now, I consider myself, just a ongoing life learner. Always trying to learn, always trying to grow and do better. So and help others. So that's where we are today. I guess that's how our stars aligned. So
I love it. And speaking of stars aligning, when I first met you, we were in a restaurant in Greenville, the Breakfast Bar, a common friend of ours. And you introduced yourself as Tammy, and you told me about Level Up. Tell me a
yeah.
little bit about what level, because you've given us some insight, but how did you come up with that name of Level Up? Did you get started? How was it established, your company?
Yeah, so before starting the company Level Up, I was dibbling in real estate back in '08 before everything crashed and fell apart. I was also one of those people that had one of them high interest rate, mortgages. I basically was investing the wrong way. I was buying stuff at retail and expecting to become rich. It does not happen that way. Your money is when you buy, So I sold everything. I held on to a lot of property up until 2017. And then I said, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell my property. I'm probably gonna get like a little kiosk in the mall or something. I'm trying to do something. I'm gonna get some cash flow and do something else. A little franchise. But then I came across, some information about creative ways to finance real estate, and something we'll probably talk about wholesaling real estate contracts, and some outlandish idea of taking over people's mortgages. I'm like, this stuff can't be real. So, but it is real, and you can do it. It's not something you can do overnight, but that's where I say, you know what, I wanna be one of the go-to people for real estate in Eastern North Carolina. I start with Eastern North Carolina because the state that's just I'm just one person, right? So the name Level Up came to me, so I know it's gonna be fun. I don't know if you're in the world sometime, but Sierra.
Yes.
Shit, it sound like Level Up, Level Up.
Yes.
What? Level Up. Okay, I threw that in there. So it's like Level Up, REINC. So it's Level Up Real Estate Investments. So I started with that idea. Just started just researching and studying, trying to find out as much as I could. You know how that is.
Yes.
Just every day I stopped watching television. I stopped everything that I normally did. I can't even remember what I used to do before real estate. Like I
I
was
love it.
wasting time. So I even quit my part-time job. I was like, oh, I need to be able to dedicate time to my real estate, and sitting at this part-time job, even though I'm making money, it's not where I want it to be. And so I think we all get into that rut where we're making good money or decent money or comfortable, but like, this is not where I want to be. This is not what I want to do.
Yes.
And, and with me going through the health issues in my 30s with breast cancer, it was like time is very precious. So I got to be doing something. I got to be doing something I want to do, and that's where starting my business on a part-time basis started. So because I still work, in the medical profession, but I'm blessed that my schedule is 3 days a week. So 3 12s. That way I can dedicate and I dedicate the rest of my week to real estate. I don't take no days off.
We kind of got the same kind of thing going on because that's kind of where I was. Like,
Uh-huh.
I was kind of tired of working, and the more I worked, the more money other people make. That didn't really make a lot of sense to me.
Right,
so,
right, right.
that was kind of where I was too. So, with our whole mindset I was just trying to find something else that would make more money and actually give me some time, get some of this time that I'm just doing other things or doing nothing. You know what I mean? Basically putting it to work to kind of help us out and make some money. But we didn't really know exactly what all we were going to do in real estate until we ran into you. So you kind of helped us out there in that aspect and got us going and thinking the right way rather than trying to buy a house at aftermarket value, I guess, at market value rather than
Yeah.
looking at some wholesaling and some other things.
Yeah.
So I know we ain't really got into what all that is yet, but I was just thinking about when we first met and kind of thinking about what you're saying about, we're working and working and working and working and really thinking that that's going to get us rich, and it never will.
All right, Tammy. So I am elated to celebrate you being a survivor of breast cancer. When I hear your story, I hear resilience, I hear tenacity, I hear a shero, and I'm
Oh,
excited about that. And I hear a fighter. Now, for people that are brand new to real estate or don't even have a clue, talk to us a little bit about what creative financing is.
well, traditionally, people feel that they have to go either have the cash to buy a house or go through a bank, mortgage company, a lender of some sort to get a property, where that's not the case. And you don't always have to have the prettiest house on the block. Sometimes it's best to go for that fixer upper. That's a great way to add value and get a great discount. With creative finance, there are many ways you can obtain real estate property without little less than $1,000. I say less than 1,000. At least you got to pay some closing costs. You're gonna probably have the title search and attorney. So about $1,000. You can first you could approach someone who has a house that appears distressed, and most times they can't list it with an agent. Well, I don't know about in Raleigh right now.
Yeah.
But around here in North Carolina, or just other places, sometimes you find houses that need some TLC, need some significant rehab. You can approach those sellers. I do it all the time, and I just say, hey, will you take payments? And at first they don't never say no initially. They just don't understand. So then you have to show them what you mean. You'll say, hey, what we do is go through an attorney. You say that first, and they get their attention. They know you legit. They start talking about going through an attorney. And be like, and I'll pay the closing cost. They be like, oh, okay. Like, you got to come out of pocket with that. No. And I'm going to give you $2,000 at closing. And then every month on the 5th, you're going to get another check. I start looking $250, $350, $450, $550, something manageable, car note. So you say, and then in 3 years, I'll give you a balloon payment. Because see, within the 3 years, you done got that house up and running. That house worth something. You done put the equity back into it. You can list it with an agent. You can take it to the bank then and then cash out refinance, or you could just sell it and take the proceeds and put it on another house. So that's one way, owner finance. And another way is sometimes I run across people, maybe in this military community, outside of New Bern. People have to move fast, particularly military people. They're fairly young. They get into these large mortgages. It's large for them because it's like $150,000 most times average. They may get married to the high school sweetheart or someone because they need the extra benefits. The military kind of encourages marriage. So they'll get married. They'll be there a hot second, 2 years at most. Either he get orders, she go back home, something happens, it falls apart. They're young. They don't realize the significance that a foreclosure can have on their credit. They were able to jump in that house so because they were military. They sold military, but they'll be quick. They have no attachments to the house. That's when if someone in the community knows me, they'll say, hey, I know someone I can link you to. That's how I get a lot of my referrals for subject to. So I take over properties subject to existing financing. Basically, I just have a traditional closing. I tell them we're gonna be family now because I'm going to keep up with you.
Yes.
I go after the day of closing. I get make sure there's no liens or any encumbrances on the property through an attorney. I walk away with a house, a pretty house a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
2-car garage, backyard, fence, nice school area, and then I did turn those into my rent-to-own properties to other families who may need a home, but they don't have credit. And that way, they're already in the home. Once they get their credit together, they don't have to look and find and put in bids and offers and get it shut down. They may not have all that due diligence that's required. They're already in the house. I don't have to worry about raising prices so high because I don't have to use a realtor. They're already in the house. You just go to the local credit union, get them financed. So far, I've had one family in the 2 years that I've done it to do it. So
Wow.
to cash me out. So they were pretty serious. So that's one way. And or just you may do installments. Like, I'm gonna just give you one payment now, then in 6 months I'll give you another payment, and then at another 6 months I'll give you another payment. It's just so many ways to finance these houses, especially the ones that are owned free and clear. And so in regards to one of my favorite exit strategies, this is how I build my cash to buy homes cash, is wholesaling, which is also known as assignments, which is when someone like myself, because I do a lot of marketing for houses, I come across a lot of deals. I can't buy them all, but there are times when I know a particular person likes a particular neighborhood, or they're looking for a particular type of house in a certain area. I'll put that house under contract with the owner. And in my contract, say assign. I have the right to assign this contract. So, for example, to keep the numbers easy, let's say I find a house for $50,000. All fixed up is worth $150,000, but because it needs a roof, the HVAC sitting on the ground,
Yeah.
some kids tag the inside up, the graffiti busted windows. It's just a shell pretty much. I may be able to get it for 50. I may have a contractor or someone that's a flipper who's looking for a project, and I may say, hey, I may call them up, say, hey, I'm at this house right now. I just locked it up. It's a brick ranch. Uh, I said, I'm just looking for 60 for it. They said, okay. Half time they go there, they don't even want to come see it. They said, send it on over to the attorney office. Okay.
Yeah.
I sent that paper so fast. So then at closing, the owner, they get their 50. I get my 10 grand, and my flipper get their project they get to work on, which they're gonna make more money than all of us on it. So they don't mind paying me that 10 grand.
Oh no.
Yeah, especially yeah. So wholesaling, that's the way to really get into real estate, to build up that cash flow. I know I just purchased a house for 20 grand on half acres. I'm working on it now. All the money came from wholesaling. Like I save my wholesale checks. I don't spend my money. Like real estate, I haven't even paid myself for real estate yet. I'm probably supposed to, but it's like I want to put that money to work. I want to keep growing that pot of money for repairs and to pick up. I picked up I got to bring Chris on to tell you about this deal me and Chris worked out.
Yes.
With a little mobile home. So mobile homes are little cash boxes. If you ever get a mobile home, tenant for life, and you at least gonna get $650 a month, something, ain't no less than that for a little mobile home forever. And the taxes are low, and the maintenance is low, and the insurance is zero to none. So just finding a way to everybody have their own niche. Some people are just long term, want to buy and hold. They just want to buy it, hold it forever. They're not trying to wholesale. They're not trying to fix and flip. Then you got some that's all they do is flip. And then once they start flipping, they don't have no more money. With me, I am a combination of all of the above. Do a little bit of wholesaling, flipping, creative finance, lease with option buys. It's a lot of information. I would suggest someone interested would just start going on YouTube. That's where I started.
Yeah.
And then eventually I got a coach. And then eventually I had to get a coach because there's just so much information, and you want to do it the right way, because you're going to pay one way or the other. You're going to pay a coach, or you're going to pay through mistakes.
That's right.
Yeah, I was like, let me pay this coach. So I did get a coach within my first year. It was a significant investment, but I got it all back, in my deals, my future deals. So
Tammy, what did you look for in your particular coach? Because I absolutely believe that you have to be the biggest person to invest in you. A lot of times we're looking for someone to hand it to us, but you just made just a significant point that you're going to pay for it one way or another. Yes. So what did you look for in your coach, and how did you know that you found the right person?
Well, so I was thinking about a coach, and then you start thinking about things, and then it just eventually comes to you. I was thinking about a coach, and I knew it needed to be someone with more experience, as well as who would have the resources and tools that I could utilize. Because sometimes they've been mentored, but they don't. I need someone to link me to, in my market, that can link me to an attorney, contractors, some kind of, fringe benefits, like, okay, you're my coach. I need to be able to see what you're doing or see what's going on, be able to pick up the phone and call you, feel like I'm growing. So with my coach, I was able to do the subject twos, which really that has been a big way to create wealth. Come getting these houses that already have some equity, and I don't even have to type my own credit for it, So I thought that was a biggie. So someone who was diverse in those aspects. And I was listening to a very popular podcast, Wholesale Inc. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's very popular of the wholesalers. And they said they were going to interview this guy who raised over like $6 million in private money to flip houses. So in the introduction, I hear somebody real country, and I'm like, that sounds familiar. That sounds like a familiar voice. And then he said he was from Morehead City. I said, what? Morehead City? That's 45 minutes from Newburgh. I was glued to that podcast listening. As soon as I got off, they were like, how can we get up with you, Jay? His name is Jay Connor. I wrote down all his information. I called immediately. And I signed up for he was doing a seminar like the following week. But then the hurricane came, so it was like, oh, they had to push it back. So I got back on track with it, which was even better because then I didn't even have to miss work. Because before I would call out of work, I'm gonna say I was sick. I had to go to this convention.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did a 3 day. You pay like $99 to get it back at the end or something. But I ended up signing up, and it was pretty expensive. Oh my god! But
Yes.
I was what I got to do it. So I had the money. I just so happened I had the money. So I was like, it's perfect. What am I gonna do with this money? I might as well invest in myself. That was a serious investment. That was serious. So that was
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person to get anxious, but that made me anxious.
Did
Next
it make
morning
you
I was anxious. Like,
anxious?
what did I just do? Is this person a
Yeah.
But it was worth it.
yeah, I had to call their office and give me shit. They were still down there. People show up.
Get your money and skip
Yes.
town.
Yeah. So, but no, that paid off. Well, I wholesale to him. So
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah. So
Have you ever thought about becoming a coach?
I have, but I'm not at that point right now because I feel like I need to have my business more stabilized and better systems in place.
Mm,
'Cause I noticed that's what the coaches are. Their business is running without them. So mine right now, I'm everybody. I'm the acquisition, disposition, marketing. I'm the
yes.
private money raiser. I'm the. I need more people on the team before I feel like I can be a great benefit to someone else. As far as the coach, like I don't
Yeah.
mind sharing my information with people, but a lot of times people ain't gonna use it. So I'm
Really?
just they don't follow through. No. I'm gonna do it one day. Like, it's people that started out with me, like a few people I had told about, hey, I want to do real estate, I'm gonna do this. And we like started meeting at like Starbucks, and they are not doing real estate. They took a
Oh,
break.
wow.
Life happened.
Life happens.
Yeah.
I don't have children. I don't have pets. I don't have
Yeah.
no attachments. I got some nieces and nephews, but half of them about grown. Like I don't have any. It's all about kind of me. So,
Yeah. But there's something else to it as well. I think, people always talk about their why. And
yeah.
when you started out, I asked you who you were, what you do, and how you add value. And you said, let me take you back to the facts. You told me about your childhood. You told me about the adversities that you faced. You told me about your situations. And then you also told me about how you overcome. And what I heard in it is that you never quit. You told me about how you turned the TV off and you quit your part-time job because you knew that real estate, there was something for you. You
I
also
would
told me that, hey, if I had to call in sick to go to this seminar, I'm just calling in because this is what I have to do. And you told me that when you needed to make that significant investment to get you to that next level, that you
yeah.
decided to really level up. Like you took your brand to another level.
Yeah. I had to put.
Yeah.
If I believed in myself, I had to put my money there.
There you
I
go.
put my money on the table. That was. Woo,
Yes. So that anchor to your why and to your purpose, even when it gets hard or it feels like I'm not quite sure, it keeps you stable. It keeps you anchored. So that's what I hear, and that's what I see with you. I didn't even know
Yeah.
you had another job. Like I was like, Tammy's just level up.
No, I work. Yeah, I work in the emergency department. I'm at a level 1 trauma center in Eastern North Carolina. So I see it all: tractor accidents, bad
Wow.
accidents. They fly everybody in east of Raleigh. So Wilson on back, everybody in a bad accident, they get flown into my emergency department where I'm there usually with, the chaplain and the trauma team to greet. I'm the first one to greet the families, basically.
Oh,
They see this.
wow.
Yeah, I'm the first. Then the chaplain come along. Then the trauma team, me, and then all us come. And I come with the crew. But if I come with the crew,
Yes.
it's good. So yeah, I have to wear many hats, many
Timmy,
faces.
that's why you can run your own business too, because you wear many hats. Well, I have one more question for you, and I'm going to turn over to Dwayne. My question is, you stated that you started in '08, kind of started dibbling dabbling. You bought a lot of properties, you sold some, you really got your niche in kind of across all things. What would your present day self tell your younger self if you had to
Oh,
give you
man.
advice?
I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have been more focused back then.
Hmm.
I wasn't focused. I really didn't do the research. I just did it because everybody was getting mortgages back then. So I wish I just would have been more intentional with everything that I did back in my 20s. Because I see now a lot of 20-year-olds just excelling because there's laser focus. I wasn't laser focused. I was just, oh, I got approved. Yeah, I'm gonna go pick out a house. I didn't even run the numbers. Like
Yeah.
everything will work out. Yeah, so just if I got it just I wasn't focused. So I would definitely tell myself to be more intentional, focus, write down my goals. Um, I guess I wasn't mature then, but now I look at a lot of people in real estate are under 30 and
Yeah.
never worked for anybody. And I'm like, what in the world?
They are killing it in the game. Yes.
Yes.
From wholesaling. Yeah, a lot of
Yes.
market, I'm working on Facebook and all these, avenues, but I would have been more intentional, more focused. I'll be retired now. If I was focused now like I was, focused then like I am now, I would be retired. We'd be having a whole different conversation.
Oh man. So yeah, you're gonna fast forward to your future self, and I can't wait to meet her.
All right.
I cannot wait. Well, Dwayne, you have any more questions for Tammy while we have this mastermind on the line?
Um, no, I actually think she kind of touched on everything that I would have asked. And I think my questions would have been more about roots, like where you came from and what drove you here, like what got you here, what made you step out and just go into something different. And you kind of told us earlier about, working and just stumbling into real estate, really, and knowing that that's where you were supposed to be. So I think they kind of answered my questions. And like I said, I didn't know what my niche was. I did dabble in not really real estate, but more so home repair and kind of fixing up houses before. And basically, the lady who I was helping was actually doing exactly what you're doing, but she, like you said, she never really shared. You
Didn't
know,
share it.
she didn't share the information, and so she
That's
was buying these houses for nothing, and then we would fix them.
Oh wow! So I didn't know you had that background. Wow! And so she was wholesaling, fixing, and flipping, but never
Yes.
said
Never said,
anything.
never said a thing. But she bought these houses, and she would actually turn them into rooming houses. So she would
Oh,
partition them off, and
you make
then
a kill.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's another strategy. Rooming houses. There's a big need for that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't dabbled into that, but I have a cousin that does that. So yeah, that's wow. See, it's that knowledge. There's a lot of people who do real estate or have a side. I don't know. It's so many houses. I can't buy them all. So I would like to
Yeah.
know that my network is, growing and they're buying. Then we can collaborate and do something massive together. Just if more people in a better position in my circle, then it's even better. So I share with my nieces and nephews. I had them all on a group chat. I think two of them showed some interest out of out of five. Like
Yeah.
the two that raised up under me for the most part though. But when they get out of the service, we're gonna do some things. But I'm trying to put younger family members on. I'm trying to show my younger brother how to do it. He's closed a few deals with me, but they're not into it like I'm into it.
Oh, yeah.
If it's not your passion, then I guess everybody will find their passion. So some people it's cooking, some people it's writing, being creative. That's not me. None of those. So, but creative finance, yeah, but just the creative mind, all that stuff. So even if I need to stage a house, I probably need to hire somebody because I'm just not there. Every house will look the same. You couldn't come like no, So, but everybody got to know what their strengths and weaknesses are. So, but my goal is to not have to work if I don't want to work. So, and what's really motivating me now is I don't know if with this one area, I'll probably share on my page, but I just put in for one day off for my niece's graduation, which is in June, right?
Yeah.
Said, "Oh, we're sorry, we can't give you that day off."
No.
Like, so I was like, "Oh, I gotta get rid of this. I got to
Yeah.
quit working. I got to. It's, I want my time
Yeah.
to be my time where I can make my choices. Like, right, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, that kind of stuff. I had you thinking, like, you know what?
Yep.
It's time to really secure my future so it can be my future.
Yeah, yeah, and I got friends that are entrepreneurs, you know, but it seems like such a responsibility, and they're
Yeah.
great at what they do. You know, you see people doing good and making money, but I know me, if I'm not interested in it, it's not even gonna work. So why even waste my time? But
That's right.
you know, with this real estate, I need to go all out with it. So,
I mean, you're saying you need to, and I'm already feeling like you are. I mean,
Yeah.
I get your notifications. We're looking on the web every day. And what's so crazy is as soon as we see something, it's snatched up.
oh,
So
I'm
I'm
telling
telling Dwayne, we
you,
got to move quick. I mean, I'm about to be like those people that say, Tammy, okay, you got the house. I don't need to see it. Let's do
I
this
know what
contract.
you're saying. Yeah, I get those people. They'll say, "Oh, I don't need to see it. I'm
Yeah,
ready."
let's make a move.
Right.
Well, Tammy,
Amen.
I've enjoyed this time with you. We are going to have you back. I actually want to talk to you the next time about mobile homes and
Okay.
just some of the other lucrative ways that you've seen real estate work. And you are just again a knowledge of wealth. You've been a mentor. You've been a friend. Someone that we truly admire. Someone that works with a high level of ethics and integrity. And there's never been a time where we haven't encountered or worked with you where we felt like, oh, we're getting half the information. It's like, wow, this lady really loves what she does. She loves people. She cares about her community. And there's just so many different facets to who Tammy is. And we're excited to know you, excited to see your journey unfold, and excited to snatch a few houses from you, my dear.
Absolutely.
Work together.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Tammy, again for your time. Last but not least, how can people get in contact with you, or where can they see your phenomenal properties or take advantage of some of your services?
Okay. Well, you can find me probably on your friends list as
Yes.
Tammy West, as well as I have a Facebook page. It's Level Up REINC. Um, if you put it in the search bar, it'll likely come up. I need to get it so it can stand out a little more, but I do have a Facebook page and I also have a website. And it's www and that's level up REINC.com. That way you can just sign on and you can start getting alerts as to when I have properties in your area for assignments or for flips. Um, as well as if you have any questions, you can email me and leave comments. You know, through the little form that I have up there. And that website again is www.levelupreinc.com.
Thank you, my dear. All right,
All
we're
right.
signing
Good
off
talking.
this evening. Dwayne, I'll let you get the last words, and we're staying in touch, Tammy.
All right.
All right.
I'm just saying good night, and hopefully we'll be talking soon.